with Lamar Odom, who's playing terrific basketball, and Derek Fisher has been one of the unsung heroes for Phil Jackson. So the Nuggets ready to go, but it wasn't easy getting to the Staples Center. With more on that, let's go to Michelle Tafoya. Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Mike, you're right. They got quite a scare this morning. The bus carrying Marcus Camby, Eduardo Nahara, J.R. Smith, and others caught fire on the freeway on their way here to Staples Center. Now, first they noticed the smoke. The bus pulled over. Then there was a small but loud explosion which sent the players running off the bus, dodging cars and seeking safety on the side of the freeway. No one was hurt, and a second bus eventually picked up the stranded team members. One humorous footnote, Phil Jackson saw the scene on his drive here. He told me he slowed down, saw that everyone was safe, and sped away again. So I guess all's fair in love and playoff basketball, Mike.
Well, it's always difficult to get to the Staples Center. Usually it's traffic. But as you said, fortunately, nobody was injured.
Well, Mark, when they were playing the finals with the Pacers, ran into unbelievable traffic during the finals game that one year. You guys, I think you got to hear about 45 minutes before the game.
Well, they love their Lakers here, and they do some things to make sure that they're in good shape.
Well, they certainly do love their Lakers. It has been a great season with sellouts night after night here at the Staples Center, and the team has responded. They now get to open up in this best-of-7 series. Kenyon Martin just kind of flipped it up, hoping to draw a foul as the ball goes out of bounds. Still Denver ball with 7 on the shot clock. Martin and the Nuggets this year on the road 17 and 24. And again, we know they can score. And it's never a question, especially with guys like Anthony and Iverson. There's a foul call. Defensively, are they as bad as sometimes they seem, or are they a little bit better than we think?
Well, because their offensive numbers are so high, some of their defense statistically, points given up will be high. Field goal percentage-wise, they're pretty good. Points per possession, they're pretty good. So they're not nearly as bad, but some games are just awful.
Radmanovich breaks it up. Bryant pulls up and misfires. Odom with a nice save after Radmanovich. Kobe Bryant. I don't know what that was. Somehow it ends up in the hands of Carter. And a foul on Odom, who was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And if you look at the Nuggets defensively, Anthony Carter, Kenyon Martin, and Marcus Camby are defensive first players. They've got to make sure that Iverson and Carmelo Anthony bring an effort and a discipline. They're gambling steals type players. They've got to be more solid.
Well, I think as a coaching staff, too, you have to demand accountability across the board, and that's how you complete a defensive unit.
Offensive foul on Kenyon Martin, trying to help out. And there you see the numbers for Denver. And again, because of the fast pace, they give up so many points, but they can certainly force those turnovers. Now, they've lost in the first round the last 4 years, but this is a much better team than we've seen the last several years, don't you think?
Well, to me, this is a much better offensive team, but I disagree with Coach because this is a poor defensive team. They have no commitment defensively because you look at the talent of this basketball team, they should be much better, and it points directly to their defensive intensity.
Carmelo Anthony was at a fabulous offensive season, knocks that down. Of course, they'll say, now that it's the playoffs, we will focus on defense, but it doesn't really work that way.
No, habits are built throughout the season, and they play 2 small guards to start the game. When you play 2 small guards, it's very difficult.
Fisher for 3. What a season Derek Fisher has had, his first year back with the Lakers. Of course, was always a fan favorite when he began his career and won 3 rings. But he's played extremely well. Marcus Camby, who likes that shot and is very effective. Lakers here at home, 30 and 11. As Kobe Bryant gets inside, Kenyon Martin is guarding him right now. That's as good a defender as Martin is. As Denver throws it away, that's a very difficult matchup for Martin.
Well, that's asking him to do too much. It does not matter how good of a defender he is. There's no way in the world he's going to be able to stay in front of Kobe Bryant. Not only that, the commitment to pursue stops on the other side and allows Bryant to get to the rim uncontested.
These teams played 3 times during the regular season as we have foul away from the ball. Lakers won all 3. It was before the Pau Gasol trade, and they haven't played since January 21st, so not a real good barometer. As Carmelo Anthony picks up his first foul.
The thing about playing Martin on Bryant is now Iverson has to guard Radmanovich. Carmelo Anthony has to guard Odom. You put your 2 best offensive players in mismatched situations.
And a foul is going to go against Radmanovich. Iverson trying to front him and got pushed to the ground. And Vladimir Radmanovich picks up his second personal, so he's going to have to come out.
And all you want from a guy, you understand it's a mismatch, but you want the guy to compete. That's a flop from Allen Iverson, but he works hard to get in front of Radmanovic.
So Radmanovic sits down. Luke Walton checks in. You see Kobe Bryant guarding Allen Iverson. Phil Jackson said the biggest fear again is that Iverson gets people in foul trouble. Kenyon Martin, the bank shot won't go.
I think the difference, too, you talk about George Karl and Phil Jackson. One guy is challenging his players, and Jackson saying,
oh, what a block from Campbell.
And Jackson saying to Bryant, you defend Allen Iverson. Accountability, and then you're putting pressure on him, as opposed to George Karl finding matchups to relax guys defensively.
There's Camby, who led the NBA in block shots for the third straight year. And Carmelo Anthony, smooth jump shot, and Denver within one. Bryant. Now the Lakers like to run, and they play up-tempo and can score as Walton gets it down low. This time shielding away from Camby. But Phil Jackson says we don't want to get into that same pace, and it's easy to get caught up in that when you play Denver, correct?
Well, the Lakers, like you said, Mike, great block by Bryant.
And then Camby knocks it away down the other end.
The Lakers are very efficient playing fast, and they also can slow it down and play in their triangle through the low post. And so, depending on who they're playing, you can control tempo by how you run your offense. Expect the Lakers to make multiple passes today.
Anthony guarding Bryant, and an offensive foul. A lot of whistles early. Kobe Bryant pushing off. That's the second offensive foul.
One thing Phil Jackson said before the game and talking to him is, hey, we can run, we feel comfortable running, but we don't want to run at Denver's pace. We want to control the pace.
Allen Iverson gets inside, kicks it back out. Carter, good pass. Camby likes the baseline jumper, not that time. Here's Odom. Odom has been on a tear since the All-Star break as Carter pokes it away. Iverson gets a little help up after getting knocked to the ground, something you'll see throughout the afternoon. He's always on the floor.
One of the great things about the triangle offense is its flexibility in allowing different players to post up. Radmanovic got a post up earlier against Iverson, so too did Walton. Here he goes into the post again.
Fisher left open. Nice little ball fake. And Odom keeps it alive. Kenyon Martin has the rebound. Now you mentioned the triangle offense. For those who aren't familiar, as Carmelo Anthony misses, just a little quick explanation. What does a triangle offense mean?
It means you really basically have 5 players involved.
Odom, nice pass inside to Gasol.
5 players involved where they're forming a triangle on the strong side of the floor with 3 players, 2 players on the weak side, and the ball and your cuts are dictated by how the defense guards you.
So it's big on ball movement and player movement.
Correct, or you just give it to Kobe and let him go one-on-one, which ain't a bad part of the triangle either.
Iverson gets bumped and can't get it to fall, but he'll go to the line.
Again, they're exploiting Iverson guarding Luke Walton. Easy paint catch, great extra pass by Lamar Odom to the trailing Pau Gasol.
That's one of the reasons the Lakers this year were 3rd in the NBA in shooting, almost 48% as a team. As Iverson will go to the line. And how about Iverson? Once again leads the NBA in minutes per game. He's done it 7 times in his career. Now he's 32 years old now. This is his 12th year in the league. And every year you say, okay, he's got to slow down. And he just doesn't slow down.
And he's not going to. You're just amazed at the way that this guy can continue to take a pounding night in and night out. Doesn't take a possession off. Phenomenal athlete and an incredible career. And it doesn't seem like he's going to stop anytime soon.
The pass to Gasol, couldn't handle it, but saves it. However, broken up. Another nice play from Odom off of Anthony, and it's still Laker ball with 10 on the shot clock.
And I love guys like Iverson who played high school football. I think they have a different level of toughness. I've always been attracted to those guys who played football during high school.
He was a quarterback in high school.
No, he's just a different guy. This league has never seen anybody quite like Allen Iverson.
Odom kicks it out. Kobe Bryant may have gotten away with a travel. Either way, it's a turnover on the 24-second violation.
That was great effort by Kenyon.